How's it going, Jack?
Not bad. How are you doing?
I'm good. Similar to like the convo we were having off air, I've become very aware of like how some songs that I really enjoy aren't always like the right song now. You know, like, so like Gabby and the kids. I've always had a pretty like decent record collection. It used to be a lot bigger before we got married.
Mhm.
Um, and it's like my kids refer to them as the big CDs.
I
They don't,
can't. You
you
know
know,
what? Leave those kids out on the street. So disrespectful.
straight up, and it hurts. So like,
The big CDs. I
real
can't
t-
even.
and like
They
to them, the CDs are the old shit.
right,
So they
exactly.
don't even fathom like what these things do. So
Right.
like, Gabby has been talking to them about how Daddy really likes these old CDs, these big
Mhm.
CDs, and we don't have a place to play them anymore since you guys came along. So we should get a new one now that you guys are old enough to not mess them up.
Oh, yes.
You
Right.
know, so
Mhm.
like when you guys were born, you guys were running around. We had to put all that shit in hiding in his office downstairs. So
Mhm.
anyway, like they bought me a record player for the living room.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
nice.
yeah. So like I'm hyped. I get to like play records again,
I take
and
it back. Bring those kids back in the house. It's okay
yeah,
now.
they get to learn a little bit now, and like they're like trying to understand, and like I'm teaching them about like like how sound like deteriorates after
Right.
certain frequencies, but because it's vinyl as opposed to like a digital thing like CD, the
Mhm.
way it deteriorates actually sounds cool, and you'll
Mm.
enjoy it as a person because it's organic
Right.
versus that. It's the same like how you like when you slightly color out of the lines with crayon, it could still look kind of cool, but like when you color out the line on a digital thing, it's very much you made a mistake. It's
Right.
weird, but like it just is what it is.
Mhm.
So like I'm excited and like Gabby like connects it and she's like, yo, get a record to play. And I was like, okay, cool. But and then like I spent like half hour looking at my records trying to
Right.
decide the right record. And she's
Yes.
like, just give me any record. I just want to know that it works. I was like, no, you don't understand.
No,
This
it's
is the
very
first
important.
record. Yeah,
Yes,
it's
first
important.
record out. Yes.
Yeah. I'm like, thank you. Thank you.
Nope,
I felt like
I absolutely understand.
right. I'm
Yeah.
like, thank you. Sincerely, I feel vindicated already. I was like, yo, like, there's no way you don't get this. It's the first record being played in this house, first one by the system.
Right.
It can't just be any vinyl,
Yeah. Yes.
you know? And like there was good ones out, but like I hadn't looked. So like I was angry. Like I've never angrily passed out Marvin Gaye before. I did that day. I was like, fine, play this. It's dope, but it's not what I wanted. You know, like I was so heated just
Oh
yo.
my god.
So like I was like, she's like, why is that? I was like, because it's my like home. I want it to be representative of me, whatever.
Right.
I settle on uh 10 Crack Commandments with Biggie. I'm a big
What?
Premier fan,
You know
you
what?
know.
Actually, no, that's perfect for you. I can't
Yeah,
even get mad. Nope,
I was
that's
like,
right.
I love it. I love the business ethos of it, you know. It's a solid business plan, just not a business I would do. That's it.
Okay. All
I
right.
stand behind most of the record. So I play it, and like while it's playing, he gets through like most of the commandments. He curses, but
Yeah.
I could explain my way through most of it. So like
Right.
it's playing. I'm talking my kids through it. Like, all right, this is a dope sample from another hip hop artist.
Right.
Counting it down. The producer, legendary, one of the top producers hip hop history. Okay, the stuff he's talking about. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not supportive
Of this, but
of the business. I don't do this. Don't do this ever. But if
yeah.
you ignore that,
If you ignore the product,
yeah, the
but listen to
business lessons he's teaching,
the
yo,
core ideals of what he's giving you.
yeah. And then I'm like pivoting heavy. I'm like, you understand, like, this is why I feel like there's so much potential in our community. This guy had a CEO's mind, and he's on top of that, an artist. He's able to communicate this business acumen clearly, rhythmically, I'm killing it,
Right.
And then right as I get quiet, he's like, I heard she suck a good dick. And I'm like, oh my God, like, yo, my man, like, I got nowhere to go with that in this business proposal you've been making. It's
Right, yeah.
got nothing to do with the rest of the song.
Uh,
And so yeah, we all looked at each other and like agreed, like, yo, we don't talk about that, okay? Like my kids looked at me, I was like, all right. I like they knew like I lost that round. I get it, Uh and like my son was like, he looked at me in like a way that like, I'm not gonna put you in that box. I know you can't walk your way through out of that one. And
right.
my daughter was like, I don't even want to hear my dad try to justify that sentence.
Yes.
And Gabby like looked at me like we should have played the Marvin Gaye, and it would have been fine. You could have saved Biggie till after the kids went to bed, and it would have
Oh,
been completely
boy.
normal.
Yeah,
But
that is I mean, I get it, but that is a wild choice. That's a wild choice for your kids, for like the decision of like, I understand it as far as here is how I'm going to christen this new record player in this new
yeah,
space. This is what I want, right? Great. I absolutely understand that. But then you got to consider the audience. Like it is the whole thing is like now the family can kind of get
yeah,
involved and that means kids. And so like, yeah, you kind of have to you gotta go one step further and go, oh, it's possible. You know what I mean? Like you at this point, everything we listen to, you have to just think in your head, and at some point they're going to say something homophobic. Like, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like at some point they're going to say something wild misogynistic, and I'm not going to be able to get to the button in time.
Yo,
And so you just have to have it the ready. Hey, man, there was also this. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
There's a
that's the
lot of
only way
pockets.
you can like.
And I
Yeah.
thought about stopping it, but I remembered it was vinyl, so I didn't want it to like slow scratch on that.
Right.
Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, nah, this is gonna emphasize it. But nah, Biggie let me down for a little bit there. But
I mean,
overall, I still stand by the record. The
I
business proponents of it are great.
sure, sure.
Musically, it's fantastic.
So then, if you had your druthers, I absolutely understand how important it is for it's a new sound system, what you're going to play first. That
Yeah.
that would have hamstrung me for like a day or two.
Yeah.
I would have kept something in the box until I knew what I was going to play. When I got new car stereos,
Ooh,
anytime,
yes.
that's very important, like what song to play. And I think I kind of decided because I used this particular song twice that I've had to do, like switch out my car stereo, and I go with "Everything Remains Raw" by Busta Rhymes. That is how
Ooh,
I that is how I christen a car stereo.
that's not bad.
Yeah, it goes ridiculously hard. Like it's it's
I like
the
that.
boom the bap of the boom bap on that one will very much so like he says in a in a song later on in the record, break your neck. Like not even woo-ha. It goes much harder than woo-ha. It is insane how hard that song goes. And so I'm needing to hear how all of that sounds. Right? So
Yeah.
that's usually what I would use.
Nah,
But
you're right.
that's, for a car stereo. I don't even know, I don't even know what I would it's very important. It's a shame. It's not a shame. I understand how Gabby would not understand that, but I also understand how you could just be like, "I gotta pick something now." That's absolutely something that would have like, I'd still be flipping through records.
Yeah.
I honestly probably would have ordered something because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, I don't have this is the one I need to hear, but I don't have it." So now the whole family's taking a trip to Rough Trade Records because I gotta find the
Yeah, because I'm like, there's like, besides the fact that like it christens the crib, there's
Mhm.
certain records that like I know them in and out. And
Right.
like I want to know how this record sounds here so that I know how to EQ this system. Like
Mhm.
there's a lot
Yes.
about it, you know what I mean? That
Right,
like,
you're trying to see how the sound works and
yeah,
what will work in that. So you really need, like, a series of songs
yeah. In
to check.
retrospect, the song I usually play for this is Nas, "The World Is Yours," but I was
Okay.
also getting ready to go out. And
Oh,
that's
so you
why the
needed
10
to.
Crack Command, I was trying to get like, this was beginning of New York Comedy Festival. I was trying to get like hyped
Okay.
for like, yo, I'm about to do business, you know?
Ah, okay, interesting.
That was
That
part of
one.
like my frame of mind.
Right, right, right.
So that's
Okay,
why
I
10
see ya.
Crack Commandments came into play.
Uh-huh.
Um, if I could do it over with the
Mhm.
records I had accessible here,
Mhm.
I still would have gone Biggie, but I would have probably gone Sky's the Limit. Just so that like it's a
Oh,
more
okay.
kid-friendly record.
Yeah, that is a bit more kid friendly. Sure,
Yeah.
I give you that.
But yeah, no, I made a decision. It worked until it didn't.
Right. I mean,
But yeah,
that's okay. Even if you weren't doing a PowerPoint presentation at the time, even if you weren't giving a TED talk at the time that you were playing the record, that line would have jumped out anyway.
yeah,
Like, even if you weren't going hard to explain to the kids how great it is, which is such a I literally see that as 3 people sitting on the couch just looking at each other like, "Here he goes again," while
hell
you are
yeah.
flapping around explaining how important the song is.
Hmm.
Um, they still even if you guys had just had started to have a regular conversation, not even about the song, just letting it play, just a natural conversation, there would have been a natural lull, and that line would have jumped out anyway. That line was going to jump out
Yeah.
because you forgot it was in there, and that line was like, "Oh, you gonna play me for the kids? Guess what I'm gonna do? Imma tap dance on your kids. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, we
Straight
gonna
up, yo.
Imma dim the lights, everything. The power goes out, but the only thing that works is the record player, and it plays that line, and then everything, whoop, powers back up again. It was gonna a spotlight is gonna come down on this fucking line.
Yo,
Yeah.
because it's after the 10 Commandments, but it's on
Right,
the song. Like
right.
I went through the whole speech. I was like, see, this is why this is so well done. You
Yeah, you
know,
shoulda just cut it off after the 10 commandments.
real talk.
Them
I
ad
got
libs are gonna
cocky.
get you every time. Cause that's the thing with our records, it's like a song can fade out, but then it fades into a skit, and that skit's gonna
Mm,
fuck you up with your kids. Like,
yeah,
"Ew,
yo.
what is this?" And it's like, "This is a thing I forgot was on here." And it repeats itself 7 more times. Like you can't.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's certain rap albums I don't play in the car just because I know there's like weird like sex skits that like I
Yeah.
don't remember where they are. And
Yes,
like I can't
exactly.
chance it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know
you gotta
like
have a.
No Way Out has one.
Mhm.
So I was like, I love Puffy's first album, can't play it. Nori's first album has one. And I
Sure.
was like, this is just weird. Like I can't have this come up in the car, so like I just don't risk it.
Yeah.
Uh yeah, go figure. The kids are used to me doing the speeches though. I did you know, I've I explained most recently the MC by J Live.
Okay.
He had the second verse. J Live used to be a school teacher as well. So he's like really dope with wordplay.
Mhm.
So most of the verse is him rhyming and all the words start with M or C. And Aiden found that
Oh.
really dope, like the way he does it, because he's like extremely intricate and
Mhm.
gets progressively more difficult with the words he's choosing. It's like
Right.
legitimately like a brilliant piece of art.
Mhm.
Um, but like when he first heard it, like it played like it's playing in the car, and like I forgot where we were going as a family, but like when it came on, when that verse starts, I want everybody to
Mhm.
shut up. Like, yo,
Right.
we can't just like talk through this brilliance.
Right.
And like people, they were like, "Yo, so like, we going to Wendy's?" I'm like, "Yo, you don't understand what's happening on these speakers right now." So
Yeah, you
I
can't.
paused it, I talked them through it,
Oh,
and then I
boy.
played it again. So like, he knows the song though. He looked it up. He added it to his video game mix.
Okay.
He
Have you
added
played
that
him
one,
the what's the one with the alphabet? What old dude? Do you know the one?
the Papoose joint, or the
No, 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 no. The guy who was,
there's there's one on Jizz's album. I'm blanking on
no,
but
there's
it
the
wasn't
fella I
Jizza
I
that did it.
can't believe I'm drawing a blank on his name, but he's like a West Coast dude, I think. But, but it's like, every song or every line is the words are that alphabet. He goes all the way down and he's saying whatever and for whatever letter he's on. I can't believe and the song gets faster as it goes.
I'm blanking now.
I am
I I,
absolutely blanking.
I know
And
our
for
audience will let me know though, so I'm
Yeah,
excited for that.
absolutely. Like someone is right now screaming at us what it's called, and I
Like, you
can't
know
believe
this.
that I mean, first of all, the guy should be happy that I even remember that I even remember that the song exists. But it's nope, I'm never gonna remember. I'll never
So we
remember.
gonna get it though. But yeah,
We'll
I
get
do
it.
stuff like this with them often. They dig it. And he also got Toby's
Blackalicious.
which one was it?
Blackalicious.
Oh yeah, I haven't done that with them yet. I gotta do that actually. It's a good call.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Alphabet aerobics is what it's
Yeah,
called.
yeah. I remember
I was
seeing
trying to
that.
remember. I was like, there are two dudes in this group or something, but Blackalicious. Um,
Hell yeah.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think stuff like that is like there's genuinely brilliant writing that
Mhm.
like I feel like I could point out just to let you know, hey, that like weird shit you study every single day in school for one class, it
Right.
can be applied to do cool shit. It
Right.
just might not be the thing you want to do right now that they're covering, sure, but pay attention and you'll be able to apply it to cool things later.
Right.
That's it. I'm trying. So this dude applied it to some crack rules of business.
Yeah, right.
I hear you.
Sure,
You apply
it
it to
happens.
coding or whatever it is that you into and make 10 coding commandments. I don't know. I'm trying as a parent, people, okay?
No,
I'm
you're
trying
doing
to
great.
relate, you
You're
know?
doing great. Yeah, that's fantastic. That's wonderful.
Let's get into the news. Colorado funeral homeowners arrested following the discovery of 190 decaying bodies. Whoa. Owners of a Colorado funeral home were arrested on Wednesday after nearly 200 decaying corpses were found improperly stored at their facility. John and Carrie Halford, the owners of the Return to Nature funeral home, were arrested on 4 felony charges, including abuse of a corpse, theft, money laundering, and forgery. The pair were taken into custody without incident in Wagner, Oklahoma. Both are being held on bond set at $2 million. The probable cause affidavit has been sealed, but the district attorney, Michael Allen, said that he would not contest releasing it to the public at a later date. I want to warn you, the information contained in that affidavit is absolutely shocking, he told reporters. Whoa, but won't say what it is. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Police first searched the funeral home located roughly 30 miles south of Colorado Springs in the town of Penrose after receiving a report of an abhorrent smell coming from the building. What they found inside was horrific, according to the Furman County Sheriff, Alan Cooper, who declined to go into further detail. Yo, this is secret?
Wait.
According to what's
Okay, go
happening.
ahead. No, keep going, keep going.
Yeah, according to its website, Return to Nature offers green and natural burial services, which allow bodies to decompose in the ground without the use of metal caskets or chemicals. The practice is legal in the state of Colorado, but the law requires bodies that are not embalmed to be refrigerated within 24 hours of death. Fremont County Coroner Randy Keller declined last month to say whether the remains discovered at the Return to Nature were intended for natural burial, but he did note that they were improperly stored.
Okay, so if I'm hearing this correctly, this funeral home does natural burials and they
Yep.
just had the people just kinda stacked up in a building?
Yeah, looks like it.
Eh, did they have any plans to bury them? Like, did they have the land to do it? Like, what's the hold up?
Yeah, I don't get this. It honestly seems like they found like a dope business that they got lazy on. Like they found like a loophole in the business model of burial. They're like, yo, like we and they're pitching it as a benefit. Like instead of
Right.
saying we're gonna bury you with less supplies and less of the
Okay.
process, they're saying we're doing it naturally.
Right, less supplies. I don't know
You
why
know?
that's so funny to me.
Yeah.
Uh, Okay,
and they're still messing that up. Like you found the easier process, and they're still not doing it.
but it's not that it's easier, because you have to have, if you are not using the chemicals to embalm them, then you've
Right,
gotta have them on ice, right? You
right,
need to have them refrigerated. So that means you need to have the space to refrigerate these bodies for a minute if you're not just immediately, like, burying them.
right.
So if there's a wait time or a lag time, you need to have a refrigerated space for them. And if you don't have that, this, I guess, is what happens.
Mm.
So you could either embalm them and have them wait, not on ice, but wait for the burial, which it also seems wild. But I get it. But or you need to have them cold until you're ready to bury them. Either way, it's gonna take more work than you think.
Yeah,
Um, but like, I don't want to speak out of turn. I don't know if I'm sure most funeral homes, burial places are not just like wiling like that.
I hope not.
But there are those that are. I remember a story like in Georgia where there was a place where they just, I don't know, just like tossed the bodies out back, or nothing was like like a lot of shallow graves or something. Like they were not burying people the way they were supposed to. And it was so noteworthy that when the TV show Law and Order Criminal Intent started,
Yeah,
the first episode, you know how it's always ripped from the headlines or whatever? The
yeah.
first episode was based on that story, 'cause it was in the news. And I was like, "Damn, we fucked up, so that we on the first of a new Law and Order?
Yo.
Jeez. Yo, Georgia, we losing." But, yeah, like, that's I'm sure to them, they were like, "Oh, we don't have to buy no chemicals," but you also needed to buy refrigeration.
Yeah.
And I I'm sure maybe there is a natural backup, but I just wonder why the bodies are stacked. Like, why, if allegedly, if that's what's happening, how and
I
why that happens.
I I gotta say, like, I feel because like now the more I think about it, this had to be like really, really wild. Cause you brought up a good point. Like, it does happen because the more I think about it, this has to be the business that gets like least checked in on.
Right.
Like nobody wants to go like do like freaking like
Yeah.
checkpoints on the freaking funeral home.
Yeah.
Like whose job is that to be like, oh yeah, like I'm from the FDA's
And they're
funeral home,
private,
whatever
yeah,
that
and they're
organization is.
they're private businesses, yes?
Yeah.
There's no, like, department that they really have to answer to
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know who would check in on them.
in the way that a coroner would. Yeah, like, at a certain point, it's just like, "Alright, that's a business." Because if the
Yeah.
state does it, like, it's an unmarked, you know, an unmarked grave that they then turn into a park or whatever. Like, I don't. Mm.
I can't see where the checkpoints are. Like, if you're like, I know there's a doctor involved, but like the medical profession be like, he's dead. Yeah, he's dead. Cool. He did what he's supposed to do. Like, he
Yep,
kept him
sign
like
off on it, keep it
sign off.
moving.
He's like that whole process is like simplified. In terms of businesses, if I'm checking in on that, I don't know what oversight committee is involved. In terms of customers, whoever's your customer leaves,
Mhm.
probably doesn't see you till another sad moment in their life. So they're
Right,
not even focused on checking in on you.
right.
You know what I mean? As long as you handled the business part smooth, yeah, cool.
Mhm.
I ain't checking on you day to day. Like that
Yeah,
business has so little oversight. So like when they do something grimy, they could fix it. And like, hey, like we messed up. Let's never do that again.
right.
But for it to get to a point to where other people notice it, it has to be wow. Like I would assume if you are in Oklahoma and you know there is a natural there's a place that does a natural funeral home. I promise you, if you drive by there, you would be like, oh, that smell, yeah, because that's a natural funeral home. Like you would
Sure.
assume there's a smell already.
Right.
So that smell had to be so out of pocket that people were like, yo, I know they bury people there naturally, but nah, that's too much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, You're like, that smell had to be wild, yo, because like you in Oklahoma, like yo, it's hot already. They do
Right.
natural deaths.
Right.
So I know if I drive by there, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. That's like when I drive through Flushing in Queens. They got weird water industry shit happening.
Oh, sure.
So
Yes. So
I
you're
know the
like,
water smell. So like
right.
I don't blame the borough of Queens. I know this little pocket of Flushing is gonna stink during the 2 minutes that I'm driving down the Van Wyck. You know what I mean? So if I'm driving through this funeral homes town in Oklahoma,
Mhm.
and I know, oh, that's the natural funeral home. They got like 150 bodies of business every year. Yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna be like, oh, that's gonna smell out of pocket a little bit.
Right.
And so many people drove by there that they were like, nah, the smell is getting a little crazy. Like even
I
for a
mean,
dead funeral
not even
home.
drove by. I mean, I imagine it's the people who live, I wanna
Oh,
say close by, but that doesn't mean they're close.
yeah,
You know
like
what
you
I
still
mean?
gotta be
Like,
kind of far.
yeah. And wait, was this kind of a new company? Like, were they, so they probably didn't do their due diligence. Like, it's just such a weird, that's just so weird. I feel
Yo,
for 'em. Mm,
yeah, that smell is crazy.
yeah.
I can't imagine what that is, yo. Not for me. Uh yeah, and I always think of like with stuff like that, like you know how like your own poop doesn't bother you? Like how long do you have to work in a funeral home that 190 non-refrigerated bodies is like, yeah, that's another day at the office.
Honestly, I give it like 2 weeks. I bet before you don't even smell it anymore, but it's on you, it's in you, it's in your
Real talk.
clothes, it's all that stuff. I remember, a coworker when I was at the porn store saying, like, she went home one day after work, and her then boyfriend, he was like, "Oh, or did you just come home from, you smell like the porn store. Did you just come home from work?" And the porn store didn't stink, it just had a smell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, in the way that a restaurant has a smell and the record store has a smell, like, all these places, they just have a scent, and then when you work there, you just don't even smell it anymore, but it's on your clothes and all that shit. So, I imagine someone there probably honestly went to the general store, and everybody else was like, "Yo, I know that's the natural death guy, but" you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't even like someone drove by, it was like the smell came to them. But what a morbid thing. And I wonder if it's just like they were over their heads or if they were truly like diabolical. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they were just it just they were just like, I don't know what to do. Put them in there." You know? What a
A business is booming.
just what a fuck that they just weren't. Yeah,
We
I
didn't
mean,
expect
like,
this many customers, yo.
yeah, I mean, if they open anytime over the past 3 years, they really
Yeah.
should have expected an increase. Their numbers should be up much higher than what they were expecting.
Yo. That's wild, yo.
And then
I
not
want to see
many
those
places
court
offer that.
transcripts. Yeah.
So, yeah, okay.
Why yo, business was too good.
Yeah,
We couldn't
yeah.
keep up, man.
Oh my gosh.
Good
What a
luck to them.
mess.
Yeah, that's a business I will not be involved in.
And
Uh,
also, I hope, every official that has dealt with this, you know what I mean? The attorneys or whatever, the cops, whoever found anything, I hope y'all get the proper help you need to process
word.
what you've seen. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they're killing people crazy in crazy ways out there in Oklahoma, but, like, for you to be like, "I can't even talk about it." You know
Everybody.
what I mean?
Like, nah, B.
Like, I don't even wanna, I know I'm at a press conference and I literally am supposed to talk about it, but my therapist told me not to anymore. Like, "Oh, no. Gosh, please. I hope you get the help you need because
Real
it
talk.
sounds like it's a real humdinger."
There's a whole town of people that don't make eye contact no more,
Yes,
yo.
right? Oh my gosh.
Uh, and happier news, Wisconsin snubs the bourbon by elevating the brandy to the old fashioned the state cocktail status. That's right. Wisconsin's old fashioned cocktails come with brandy, not bourbon. That is now state lawmakers are making it somewhat official. Bipartisan resolution declaring the brandy old fashioned as the official Wisconsin state cocktail won approval on Thursday at the state assembly. It is a resolution, not a bill, so even if it's passed by the Senate, the Brandy Old Fashioned won't make it onto the list of other official state symbols that include milk as the official beverage, Kringle as the official pastry, or corn as the official grain. Yo, Wisconsin, y'all got a lot of time on your hands
Wait a
making all
minute.
this stuff
Milk
official.
is the official beverage?
Yeah,
Oh,
Wisconsin, straight up.
boring ass motherfucker.
I mean,
Milk?
they don't even, they don't got a million people over there, so I get it. Like,
Yeah,
Wisconsin's one of
I
those little
get it, but
states.
I mean, like, y'all want to push the. See, this is the problem. Y'all, y'all are like, yeah, milk. Nope, nothing but milk in this state. That's our official beverage is milk. And no, don't bring no fucking oat milk or
Nah,
almond, don't bring no nut milk. All straight from the cow. Here's the cow we
straight up,
use. All
full
milk from
fat.
this cow. But then when it comes to like an official cocktail, they're like, we use brandy in our old fashions, not bourbon. What are you talking about? You use milk and everything else. And what is a Kringle pastry? How about that? That's the real question. I'm gonna
Real
look that
talk. I
up.
thought it was gonna be a potato chip.
No.
Kringle pastry. I don't know why I thought I was gonna be like. I really thought that was a potato chip, like
Okay, a
Pringles. I
Kringle
think
Danish.
Kringle Danish.
Delicious homemade Kringle from Wisconsin. Can I get what is a Danish Kringle? Um,
Kringle paste. Does Entenmann's make Kringles?
no, I don't think so. Okay, it's a pastry made of layers of sweet, flaky pastry filled with fruit, nut, or gourmet filling and topped with sweet icing.
Nice.
Original Kringles were in a twisted shape like a pretzel. Okay, so it looks like it's kind of open. It's like it's in a circle form or
Okay.
woven, and then there's icing on top of the bready part of it, which is like a bunch of little flaky pastries, and then the filling is kinda exposed in the middle.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
All right. Go ahead, Wisconsin.
Great.
I see what y'all
Alright,
doing.
whatever. If anyone wants to send us I mean, how big are they? These things look kinda big. Oh, no. Oh, okay, or maybe it's just open. Some of them is just, like, open in the middle and the filling is throughout the pastry. I don't know.
Yeah,
Somebody
that's
send us a Kringle.
that.
How about that?
You'll get some weird shit in the PO box, yo.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. Yeah. Somebody send us a Kringle.
Only two states have gone this far before. Alabama and Virginia have whiskey as their official spirits.
Of course they
Um,
do.
for those unfamiliar, the old fashioned cocktail in just about every other place other than Wisconsin is traditionally made with whiskey, like bourbon, sugar, and bitters. But in Wisconsin, brandy usually replaces the whiskey, and it's most often poured over a mixture of muddled cherries, orange slices, sugar, and bitters. Depending on how sweet or sour the imbiber likes it, the concoction is then topped with a lemon lime soft drink, sour mix, club soda, or some
That
combination.
just sounds like diabetes in a glass.
Real talk, that sounded dangerous.
Oh my goodness. Yuck. But also, I'll take one. But also, yeah. That
It
sounds
was
like when someone who's new to drinking is like, just put all the sweet stuff.
real
Um,
talk.
just put it all in there.
Wisconsin variation came about post World War II when liquor distributors in Wisconsin found a cache of around 30,000 cases of quality brandy that they sold, which became more popular than the bad whiskey that was sold during the war, according to the book Wisconsin Cocktails.
Who they steal that brandy from?
Yeah, I was gonna say 30,000 cases.
30,000 cases y'all just found,
Uh
Wisconsin?
huh.
Y'all just found a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of quality brandy. Y'all stole that from somebody. I don't trust nobody out there no more.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
If you
Nope.
would like to sponsor this podcast, courtesy of a Wisconsin brandy brand,
Or send us a Kringle.
send us a Kringle.
Mm.
Real talk.
But
That
also
might be the easiest thing we've ever done on one of these. Send us a Kringle.
send us a
We'll DM
Kringle.
you the PO box if you got a dope Kringle. Let us know. Package it for food because our and single 2 single servings because our PO box ain't that big.
Right.
Don't get crazy. Yeah, don't send us the whole pie or something like that. All you gotta do is like subscribe to the show, baby. If you're an Apple Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. You still gonna send us too much Kringle. I'm diabetic, yo. Like, I can't take all that. You know what I mean? It's messed up, you know? Plus, it's going to go stale if it's a really good Kringle because you're going to make it without preservatives, you know?
No, nah.
Nah, you want
5
preservatives
stars.
in
It's a prepackaged Kringle.
it?
It'll last. It's shelf ready.
Yeah. You know what?
send it
Shaw's
on.
right. I want a name brand Kringle. I want the
Yeah.
Entenmann's of Wisconsin, whatever that is.
Yeah, whichever one is pre-wrapped. We don't need anyone out there baking us a fresh Kringle. We just need
Yeah.
to know the gist of it.
Tasty cake, whatever it is, whatever you into. Send
If
that
Little
over.
Debbie got a Kringle, I need to know.
Yeah, that'd be fire. Low
Yeah.
key, they should. It's a kid-friendly cake name.
It is. It is.
You know, a Kringle kind of works. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Mom,
and
I want a
also
Kringle.
this I'm assuming is year round. This isn't just like a end of the year thing, even though it's Kringle. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mm,
it really does have like I don't know. I feel like it was Santa with the
right.
Pringles chip guy. I felt like it was something else.
No, I can't.
I really thought it was a potato chip. On God, I
Oh
thought it was
boy.
like get your Kringle.
Oh
You know what
no,
I mean?
don't. Ooh, yuck. Actually, that sounds just a normal Kringle, please. Don't
It's a Kringle,
don't
regular
listen
Kringle.
to his mashup. Just a sweet
Remix.
Kringle. Yeah.
Yo, this Kringle crunchy as shit. You know what I mean? They go stale. Nah, we make it with Pringles now. Different. You know what I mean? It's the new state pastry of New York, courtesy of
Yeah.
Gastor Almonte.
Yeah, I
You know
don't
what I
want
mean?
a sour cream and onion sweet. Don't do that for me.
What's the state pastry of New York? Since they got a Kringle. State pastry of New York. What we
I
got
bet
here?
it's a black white cookie. I bet you anything it's them boring ass black white cookies.
We got official foods of every state.
Okay.
Alabama is wild turkey. Alaska is let's see, it looks like some type of fish, a salmon. Okay.
That was hard. Some type of fish. Yeah, salmon. Salmon, that's what it
There
was.
you go.
It was just salmon.
Yeah. I don't. You can tell what I don't eat.
Oh,
Arizona
boy.
got the chimichanga. Arkansas got rice. Come on, B.
Arkansas is rice.
Arkansas got rice.
Yo, we got to rethink that.
Yo, real talk. California, they got 4 different types of nuts, but almonds is the winner.
Sure.
Colorado, they got lamb. Connecticut got an official cookie, snickerdoodle.
Is wow, you know.
Yeah, yo. Delaware, peach pie. Florida, lime pie.
What?
Georgia, peaches.
Yeah, which is wild because peaches come from like California and South Carolina. But we'll take it.
Claim what you claim, you know what I mean?
Whatever, you know.
Hawaii has only one official item, and it's the coconut muffin. Go figure.
That feels new. That feels new.
Real talk, yo. That's
A
like
muffin
from 95
feels
at
new.
the oldest. There was no native person involved with that election.
Not at all.
Idaho, potatoes given. Illinois, popcorn. Indiana, sugar cream pie. Iowa got s'mores. Okay. Kansas, barbecue ribs. Okay, represent. I like that one. Kentucky out here with cobblers and jam. Louisiana, bayonets. Those look good. Beignet. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes more sense. Okay. But I like bayonets is ill though. Yo, real talk, they start saying it like that. Yo, bayonets. I want a bayonet. Yo, if you from Louisiana, try that. Say bayonet. See if we can start something out here, yo.
Yeah, you'll start a fight. You will start a fight.
Maine got whoopie pies. Maryland got crab.
Sure.
Massachusetts, they have Boston cream, cake or pie. Michigan, the Coney dog. I thought that was Coney Island. Go figure. I didn't know that was from another state.
No. I know that at least Detroit's kind of serious about their hot dogs. I know they're kind of serious about their dogs out there.
Rock on. Respect. Okay. Minnesota got the morel mushroom.
Oh, all right. A morel mushroom. Okay. That's but okay.
Mississippi with the butter cookie. Missouri, ice cream cone.
That's it.
That's trash, yo. Yeah, I rock with people from out there, but damn, Montana got huckleberries. Nebraska coming through with the corn.
Sure.
Nevada shrimp cocktail. Okay.
Wow, that's so funny. That's
Yo.
so funny because all those fucking casinos and shit. Buffets.
Yo, they on
The
brand.
state
I fuck
food
with
is
y'all.
a shrimp cocktail. Oh man, I'm gonna be laughing about that for weeks. That's so funny to me.
New Hampshire, pumpkin. Jersey with blueberry. New York. No, New Mexico, chili pepper. And then New York with apples. Apples.
Oh, sure, the big apple.
The big apple. Go figure.
I don't know why I didn't even think about that.
Real talk. That was not on top of mind at all. I
really thought it was going to be the black white cookie.
Go figure. All right. I'll leave the rest of this list for another time because that hurt a little bit.
Yeah. You could have just gone straight to New York, but you read all the way down, and I'm proud of you. I know.
Because I thought it was going to build momentum, you know?
No.
I thought we was going to shut it down.
No. Why would we shut? No. We're in the middle.
With
apples.
Though? I mean, the apple pie is slamming, but like apple.
No,
real talk, even though it's the big apple, there might be like 10 other foods I think of as New York before I would say
sure.
apple.
Yes. But I don't know if you've messed with apples or the apple game. We don't have time to get into it. That might have to be a Patreon thing. But let me tell you something. That apple situation ain't nothing nice. Them motherfuckers are serious about apples. That is serious. I don't want no smoke with no apple people.
Nah, B, none of it at all.
No.
My name is I want no smoke with the apple people. Gastor Almonte.
I guess I'm your black white cookie, Shalewa Sharpe.
Oh man, surprisingly sweet episode of the War Report. Catch y'all next time. Peace.